Hi, everyone. My name is Vaneese Johnson-The Boldness Coach, and I help women entrepreneurs to be bold, big, and bad. I'm excited to have Ms. Evelyn, the Heart Lady, here with us today, and she is going to be sharing with us about her amazing journey to being bold, big, and bad, and being successful in her business. So, Evelyn, welcome to the interview.
Thank you for having me.
I'm so glad to have you with that infectious smile. She is the only woman that I know that every time I look at her pictures, her smile gets me every single time. And when you see somebody that has a smile that big, you have to know that they have a heart that's probably the equal or even larger than what the smile is.
Thank you.
So, Evelyn, tell us about your business.
Well, my business is called Talk to Me. And then I've added Talk to Me and Let Me Speak. And me stands for Miss Evelyn. I'm a licensed marriage family therapist. I'm an author, speaker, television host. And my whole goal in life and in my business is to help people to identify the issues that come up that have pain in their hearts, to heal their hearts. And my motto is to heal your heart and follow it.
Wonderful. I love that. I love that you're focusing on the heart because a lot of times we hear people say, take care of your heart, but we really don't know what that means. And to be able to know you, professionally and to know some things of you personally, I certainly see that you embody that. And also you have really given pause to thought to a lot of women in our group on Facebook, Girl Get Your Business Straight, talking about matters of the heart. So thank you for doing the work that you do.
Sure.
So tell us a little bit about where were you in your business 3 to 6 months ago? So give us a little idea of just, what was going on in your business 3 to 6 months ago?
Wow, I was actually sort of just doing the status quo, just sort of going along, and it's like, okay, one day I'll get to this. I want to do this, perhaps, but I haven't quite figured it out, and I really felt like I was doing everything on my own and didn't have necessarily the tools and resources to figure out how am I going to do this? And yeah, I was just sort of going along thinking one day, someday, well, I'll eventually get to this, I'll get to that. And not really focusing a lot on how to build multiple streams of income because it just seemed overwhelming to me.
Yeah. It's really interesting you say that because a lot of women entrepreneurs, they just go along and just, if I do it, it will come, or I want to do it, but I'm not sure how to do it. Or maybe it's overwhelming because I want to do it. So I think you echo the sentiments that a lot of women entrepreneurs express, at different parts of their entrepreneurial journey. So how long have you been in business?
I've actually been in business for this year will be 24 years.
Wow. So congratulations on that, 24 years. And, not only does that represent your commitment to entrepreneurship and living in your purpose and serving the world, but it also shows that it doesn't matter where on the journey you are in entrepreneurship, there are times you just get stuck. Mm-hmm. There are times when you just like, I think I need to do something a little different. And what do I need to do? So tell me, you took the Business Mastermind class, and I was so thankful and honored to have you in the class. But what happened that led you up to taking the class?
Well, on Facebook, as usual, and I usually sort of bounce around and see what people are doing, and I came across a video of you, and it said Mastermind, and Mastermind is something that I've been wanting to do for the longest, but I didn't want to facilitate it because I co-facilitated one some years back, enjoyed it, but I didn't want to carry all of the responsibility of it. But I said, I need a mastermind group. And my basically statement was, Lord, send me people who are of like mind and of like heart. And so I saw you, there was a sister on there and had a big, beautiful smile. And I just stopped and looked at the video. And first of all, I just loved your energy. I loved your clarity and to the point. And it wasn't a sales pitch. It just touched me in the heart. And then, when you talked about the class coming, I said, oh, this sounds good. And then it was so affordable, I just couldn't afford not to take it. And so that was what triggered my saying, I would like to connect with her. And then, it happened.
Wow. And it's really interesting because I love the fact that you said we're kindred hearts. And you don't know that until you're really seeking out something. And I think you have to be in a space where there is a longing in your heart for something, and you know that there's someone out there, or resources out there or tools out there that can help you. And because there's so much information, it's hard for us to really navigate what's really good for us and what really speaks to the heart. So I'm so glad that we were able to connect, on an area of purpose for the both of us. Because my purpose is really helping women to really be clear, and to be bold, big, and bad in pursuing their goals and their dreams of running a business.
Right.
So here's a question I have for in the class, because this is I'm sharing this story with other women too, who may be at the same spot, where you are in your business, whether they're emerging entrepreneurs or an existing entrepreneur. So in the class, when did the shift happen for you? When did the shift happen in class? And what was the shift? Because we only had 5 weeks to really get clear, and 5 weeks to really be able to give you something that was valuable that you could walk away with. So when did the shift happen in that 5-week span, and what was the shift for you and your business?
Well, you said it was 5 weeks. So I would just say there were 5 shifts. We were in a 5-speed.
I love that. We were in a 5-speed, 5-week, 5-speed class.
Right. The first was even just during the first session, hearing the other ladies talk about what they were doing, where they were, and just you're asking questions that I had to start asking myself before you even got around to talking to me. And I had already downloaded the entrepreneur development, the workbook, and started to go through some of those. So the first was just knowing that here was a group of people who had a wealth of information and resources. So the first thing, I think that came up for me was just the branding, how to add my Y stamp to my email address. So I just got excited even over that. It doesn't take a lot to excite me. And then when we got into the part where we talked about demographics, who we want to serve, and when you talked about projecting what was the income that we wanted to develop, that became so clear to me because I'm just so used to just going along. It's like, okay, this will be enough to pay this, and this will cover the rent for the month, and I'll have something to do this. But to have a strategic plan and looking at if I do this workshop in addition to seeing this number of clients per week, and I invest in doing something else and get someone else and delegate certain aspects of my work, especially the technical aspects of it, which takes a lot of time. I think that's what really got me. It's like, oh, I can do this. I can do this. I can make it even bigger. And one of the things you stated was that for those of us who have those hearts and want to save the world, which would be me, that we have to focus on who our ideal clients are.
Yes.
One of the things I've been wanting to do is really to increase my speaking engagements. So I got busy then, really looking at proposals to turn in and just really asking people, are you looking for speakers? So that's the area that I'm really working on now, to be able to get out there more and to become more visible in sharing books and sharing my ideas, because on a one-on-one level, I feel like I help people, but I can imagine how much more if I could help masses.
Right. And I think you bring up a good point. So number one, I'm glad that you were in the class, and I'm glad that you had experiences that were really relative to where you were in your business. I'm glad that the experience you had, even though we were in a community of other women in the class, but the experience always seemed to be able to channel down to the individuals in the class. Right. So whatever we were talking about, at the moment for someone else's business, you actually also were able to see, wow, that also can help in my business.
Exactly.
Because I think when you take a class, sometimes people feel like they're kind of, the facilitator or instructor could kind of be pie in the sky. And people could be like, wow, that's an interesting idea, but I don't know if that could work for me. And I think that's really, really an issue, for a lot of people taking an online class. Is this going to work for me or not? Okay, so tell us a little bit, Evelyn, anything else about the class that you would want to share with other women that may be looking for a mastermind to help them with their business?
Well, one of the things that has been very important to me, and I've just appreciated so much, is the interaction and the support, not only during the class, but outside of the class, and giving one another ideas, asking for resources, sharing each other's project on social media. It's just been awesome. It's like, especially if you are, as they say, a single proprietor and you work alone and you don't have this team working around you, it's like we become the team. And one of the things that I appreciate about you is that while you're building your business, you're helping us to build ours as well. And so I love the little emojis, the little chocolate sister that comes up and says, when we post something that's been, an accomplishment for us during the course of the week, that feels good. And I just appreciate that because we give and we receive. A lot of times you sign up for, or I would say I have signed up for particular groups, and once they've gotten your money and given you the little few hours that they say are going to give you, they're done with you. Basically, you become disposable. And this really feels like a community, and I really, really, it's what I need most.
Yeah, thank you for saying that, because you know what, I felt that way too before, and I know a lot of people who have bought classes online before feel that way, that they pay for it and they dispose of them after the class, or there's so many people in the class until the facilitator doesn't form a relationship with the attendees, so really doesn't take a personal interest in their success. And that's what I'm really committed to, because I feel like when I succeed, you succeed too. So there's enough for all of us out here. There's no reason that I need to withhold resources, information, support, to be able to help you all grow. So I am committed to being in the Facebook group, shouting you out, and probably shouting you out on things that you forget to shout yourself out on, or things that you might not think are shout worthy. and also,
and that feeds into the bold aspect. Because I don't think I've been bold. I've been confident in what I do, but I've not been bold in putting things out, because for me, there was that fine line between being bold, being arrogant, and being boastful.
Yeah. And you know what? That's so important, because a lot of women, get on there, well, I don't want to be bragging, or I don't want to, making it seem like, I'm all this and I'm really not. I'm just an average Joe or an average Jane, right? And you know what? We weren't made in this world to be able to hold our greatness on the inside.
Yes.
We were really brought into this world to make bold statements in the world. And so my commitment is being a partner with you as you are growing your business and other women, to help them to step into their boldness in the world and make a bold statement. Because when you are bold about what you're doing in the world, you draw people and resources to you. Yes. And they can't find you, they can't support you, they can't patronize you, they can't invite you if they don't see you, and if they don't know what you're doing. Hello. So thank you for sharing that. So you mentioned some things, Evelyn, about what has been able to what's really helped your business out of the class. Some things you mentioned where you were able to identify other revenue streams, for your business. You talked about speaking, getting out there more to do more speaking. And then also you talked about just getting the support internally you needed to free you up to be able to pursue those revenue opportunities. I think that's great. Right. A lot of times we're afraid to give things up, right? And let somebody else do it for us, because we feel like we got to have our hands on it.
Right. Or that they won't get it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like it's my stuff. They won't get how I want to get it done, and we just get too close to it. So tell us a little bit about, you had some products before class that you are now leveraging those products as one of the different ways to create new revenue streams. So tell us or show us a product that you have that other women can be able to see, that not only during the class was great, but you're using what you have to add on to what you learned in the class to grow your business.
Exactly. I've authored 3 books, actually, and a workbook, and have published other people's books, but I've never really promoted my own. It's like I might have an event for that special time of the year when it seems appropriate, but never really promoting it ongoingly. And there are still people say, "Oh, you wrote a book?" And it's like, where have you been? And then the question is, really, where have I been? Because I've not been gone. Yeah. So I'm now promoting my books. Where are they? And I'm excited because next month is March, which is Women's History Month. And I'm planning a book signing where I can promote all 3 of my books. And also March 21st is World Down Syndrome Day. And one of my books, actually my most recent book, is exactly about Down syndrome. This is my book called Entertaining Angels Aware. I Am My Sister's Keeper.
Love it.
This is my memoir about growing up and now being the care provider of my sister. We're 11 years apart, and she has Down syndrome, and I consider her an angel.
Love it.
And it's talked about some of the role of caregiving, some of the emotional changes we go through, again, trying to get support, but also understanding just the power of, for me, prayer. It was a prayer that I prayed as a young child. So I think it's a wonderful story for someone who, one, doesn't understand the disability of Down syndrome, but also just the emotional aspects of caregiving.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that that will take place. My very first book is a memoir about being in the village. I have always worked with youth, foster youth, and this is called, it's hard work, being the village that raises a child. And the first part of the book is called Entering the Village, and it's about my work with youth throughout the past 30 years in foster care, in group homes, or in other settings, which I've met them, and now having relationships with them as they are adults parenting. And so I wrote about our initial meetings and our relationships, and they also contributed to it. The second half of the book is entitled Bringing the Village Home, and it's about my personal experience being a foster and adoptive parent as a single woman of 2 boys and adopting from the foster care system, which was a lot different than being on the other side, having been a social worker, and what that experience has been like. My boys are now young men, but it was really difficult. And so there's a play on the word hard, because I am the heart lady, but not only is it difficult as in hard work, but it's hard work. It has to be from a place of the heart to really reach our young people. And that's my real big thing. And working not only with youth, but now I'm working on the inner child, because as an adult and working with adults, I realized that a lot of the issues that we carry are connected to wounds that we carried since childhood, and they get in the way of people having healthy relationships. They also get in the way of people following their dreams and living their purpose.
Wow, you really do go above and beyond speaking to the heart of the matter. And that is no play on words. And thank you for sharing your resources with us in the books.
Oh, one more.
Yeah, okay. Let's see what you got, girl. Let's be bold.
This is a compilation that I did. It's called Meeting Les Brown. And for people who know, he's the world-renowned motivational speaker. And someone who actually had a great impact on my work with my sons, because he himself was a foster child, adopted by a single mom. And I shared my story about meeting him and developing my relationship with him in my first book. And then as I talked to people and they shared, their meetings with him, I said, we should put together a book where we talk about our experiences, because they all are hilarious, but they all are significant. So this was a book that I compiled for his 65th birthday. He just turned 70 last week.
Wow.
And this was our gift. And so it's just lots of stories together about meeting him. And of course, his book, was called Living Your Dream. And his motto is, you have greatness within you.
Wonderful. Wow. Now, see, this is what the world needs, Evelyn. This is why we need you, because you bring really different areas of heart matters to conversation for us that we haven't been having. And I'm gonna be honest and say it about myself, right? We haven't always been having these heart conversations, and it has really impacted or impacts the way that we show up in the world, the way we show up in business, and the way we show up in relationships. So we are honored to have you, and please know that you matter in this world. So, so as we get ready to close out, what advice would you give to a woman entrepreneur who is a solo practitioner, about taking her business to the next level? What advice would that be?
I would say, first of all, have your vision, and this is sort of my heart analogy. The one is to have a vision and hold on to your vision.
Yeah.
Secondly, is to find like-minded, like-hearted people, and don't be afraid of, I think a lot of people are afraid of someone taking their ideas and going with it, or feeling like their work is not as important or significant as the next person, because we all are a part of a whole, and
Right.
It takes each of us to complete the picture. So reach out to someone and keep looking until you find someone that gets you, you find someone that you resonate with, and who understands where you're trying to go, and that are willing to take that walk with you and give you feedback, whether it's positive or even negative. Someone's going to be real with you.
You know what's funny? You bring up something. I'm going to bring this into conversation. There was a time when we had our one-on-one session. And you know where I'm going with this, right? You know where I'm going with this. At the beginning of our one-on-one session, Miss Evelyn here says, "Okay, I need you to be easy on me." And what did I say to you, Miss Evelyn?
Oh, I said, I need you to be nice to me. You said, am I not nice? I said, no, you're nice. I said, but I need you to be easy.
And then what was my response to you?
You said, you dialed the wrong number.
So the moral of that story is, I'm nice, but I'm not easy.
Okay.
Right?
That's right.
And I'm coming from a place of love, because I see the greatness, that's in you, as well as other women, around me. And my role, my purpose is to pull that out and to help you to stand in that in a bold way. So you are doing an amazing, wonderful job in this world. And I'm so excited about what's to come, from you in this world. And we're just getting started. And even though you're 24 years in, we are just getting started. So I'm excited to be a part of your journey for the next 24 years, that are coming up in your business.
And don't forget my Inner Child Retreat coming up May 21st and 22nd.
Thank you for saying that. Can you tell everybody, Evelyn, where they can stay connected to you? Where can they find you? Where can they support you and be at your events or get your books?
Sure. Well, first of all, Facebook. My page is Talk to Me, Let Me Speak, Miss Evelyn the Heart Lady. I also have my profile, which is Evelyn the Heart Lady Polk. My website is www.talktomse, that's TalkTomse.com. And there you can find events, you can find books written by me, you can find upcoming events, where I've spoken, where I will be speaking. And there will be links there to go to Heart Talk Publications, which is my independent publishing house, where you can find my books as well as others.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Miss Evelyn, for this very energetic and heartfelt conversation. I am going to be sharing this with lots of ladies that are in our community and beyond our community. I know your story is going to inspire someone, and some amazing woman who is really on the cusp of taking her business to the next level. I know that you're going to inspire other solo practitioners that they can add new revenue streams to their business. And more importantly, I know that you're going to inspire people that it's okay to bring your heart to the matter. So thank you for doing this interview with me today. Just really glad to have you.
We had some technical difficulties and we had to shift. So that's why the difference in the background between the first part of this interview and this one. I just wanted to comment that the picture that was in the background of the ballerina was a piece of artwork done by a young lady that I worked with when she was a young child. Wow. She and her brother were in foster care, after witnessing their mother being murdered.
Wow.
And having grown up, with just a lot of things, having dealt with sexual abuse, a lot of issues, she was diagnosed with ovarian cancer at the age of 25.
Wow.
And fortunately, she is now cancer-free, and she is following her heart. And I'm just pushing her because she's very artistic. We just did a silent auction for some of her artwork.
Nice.
She is a singer. And so for me, this is what the heart of the matter is about, that they're not just children that, you sort of warehouse through the system. They have hearts, and they need the village to support them. So I just wanted to share that.
Thank you. Can you pan up a little bit so we can see it behind? Is it possible?
Let's see if we can do this and not lose power and not lose perspective. Let's see.
Pan up just a little bit and see.
Okay, let me turn it.
Oh, we're getting some. We're getting some of it. We're getting some of it.
Wait, let's see if I don't lose power.
Okay. No, there we go. There you go. Yes, wonderful. That's a good note to end. Just hold it there, Evelyn. So everybody, thank you for joining the interview today. My name is Vaneese Johnson, the Boldness Coach, helping women entrepreneurs to be bold, big, and bad. See you next time.